and Dennis Taylor as we join it right at the start.
So James Wattana makes his first break off a new snooker season. And not a bad break off shot at that. Always nice to see James Wattana on our shores. Been coming over for many years from Bangkok. And up against JP himself, John Parrott. Not the best safety shot from John, so half chance here for James.
One.
James gets the first point on the board. Good pot, this. Not one of his strongest points, his long potting, James. He's one of the best in the world at break building and middle pocket pots. Power shots and long game are not his forte, but that was an excellent opening red.
6.
We've always said one of his strongest points of his game is the middle ball, or middle pocket potting. With the black tied up, it's not a good chance
13.
just yet, although that helps the situation. Pink going on to the black spot. That makes it a decent chance now.
14.
Yes, these two great players have played against each other on some 20 occasions, and Wattana leads by 12 matches to 8. But the interesting thing is John Parrott has actually not beaten James since 1996. So he's a bit of a bogeyman, is James Wattana, for John Parrott.
$20. $21.
One of James's great strengths down the years has been his concentration. Never looks any different. Got a very good temperament also.
27.
I think he's gone a little bit too far, so it's going to have to be the one into the middle pocket again.
33.
I'm not sure if there's one available into this right corner. Well, it's the plant. It's not perfectly straight, but he should make this without any problem.
34.
But just the wrong side of the blue, so a long way to travel now with the cue ball. I think he concentrated more on the plant there than the position. Now how's the pace on the cue ball? Get it done with a little bit more to leave that red to the middle pocket.
Oh, decided
Yeah,
to play an
Wattana,
aggressive
39.
safety shot, and that's fine as long as you get a good white, and that's what he's done. So a nice little contribution, that 39 is his first visit. Black out of commission, pink only available in one pocket, so it's a big lead.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice of shot from James there. The fact that he was 39 points in front, you usually like to try and keep the balls a little bit tight, but it was quite an aggressive safety, and he's left quite a tricky one here for John.
Yes, I just wondered, Dennis, whether he thought that maybe playing off the pack he might have knocked the pink safe or something like that, with the black being out of commission. So, but I agree with you, I used to want to keep them tight when I was 40 in front. But it's worked out nicely for him.
Well, he's really hid that black now, hasn't he? So that's to his advantage with having that 39-point lead. It's well and truly tied up.
Yes, and the little flick he had also pushed the red to the right of the pink, so now only blue is available to pot, as far as the high-valued colours are concerned.
Much too thin a contact there. That's why the white has come back out of the balk area. But because the pink and black's not available, this red is not an easy chance. Pots should be comfortable, but how does he get round for the colour? That's why he's taking the one, or thinking of taking the one to the right. And this is all about the cue ball, this shot. He played it very well.
One.
Stroked that beautifully, and I think that deserved a little ripple of applause there.
Yes, they didn't. The crowd, I'm sure, didn't realise he had to play it with that little bit of stun to get through the gap. Very tough shot to play, that. And he'll be disappointed now if he doesn't get the required amount of points to take this
6.
opening frame.
Seven.
Takes the players a while to get used to the pace of the table. Once again, just the wrong side of the blue.
Once again, the lack of cue power that
12.
James struggles with on the shot, where he has to move the cue ball above 12 feet, has caused a slight problem here. Still the red on, but it's not a certainty.
$13.
Now it's 52 in front. Is it worth potting the pink or playing a ball colour safe?
Well, I would... he's going to play the snooker, but I would push the pink safe here and get it out of play.
It's amazing, Dennis, isn't it, over the years? I mean,
Wattana,
OK, that's
13.
fine, but if John Parrott hits a red now and doesn't leave a pot on, James has gained no advantage at all with that shot, has he? Whereas if he puts the pink safe, he's got pink and black safe and almost a certainty to win the frame. So it's different how different players see the same situation. As it happens, he's got 4 points out of it, I think. No, he hasn't. So now James has got no advantage whatsoever. So a good shout, Dennis.
Well, that's a nice little confidence booster. Stroked that very nicely. Still got plenty of reds left, but always nice to knock that type of shot in. So he's got to try and get... Well, he's got the brown that he can have a go at, and the fact he's 51 behind, he needs to make something happen here. But look where the reds are, and that black. It's not going to be easy. But he's got to take this pot on.
Okay, brown ball.
And if he can get the next one right, if he gets nicely... Well, the pink is available, but might not have the angle to get on it. But if he gets on the blue, it could work even better.
6.
But he hasn't got the angle. A bit further up the table, he could have potted the blue and cannoned into the red and black.
Well, he could still decide to do that if he wants, off 2 cushions in between brown and yellow with a lot of left-hand side at pace. No, played for the loose one. Oh, that's flew off the cushion. Well, that may have... He's been very fortunate because he can play the cannon now and bring everything into
11.
play. But that absolutely took off the top cushion there. It's worth the risk, Dennis, this, isn't it? Into the red, try and bring everything into play, and you'd be unlucky not to be on either pink or black.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tight gap to get between. He might even just play for the pink here. Just depends how he sees it. It's quite a narrow gap to get through to that cannon. He's played it, he's judged it well, but a little bit unlucky there to finish on the cushion.
Can't get onto a red off this colour, but the fact that he's 40 behind, this pink will really help him to stay in this frame. So this 6 points is huge. Good pot. Always been a great player off the cushion, John Parrott.
18.
And this long pot is worth the risk because it's the only ball he could leave on. Mind, he hasn't got very much to play with. He can't really afford to leave a red on. That's why he didn't risk it. He's played a good shot here, though, provided this red keeps travelling.
Very clever shot. He's just unfortunate left that little edge of this red out. But James has got to be very careful. He doesn't cast it thick and leave it over the middle. That's quite a clever shot as well.
I think that's even cleverer. Using a terrific amount of side to get in behind that red, and well, there's a bonus to get the snooker, but he deserved it. He played it very well indeed. Just wants to nestle onto the red just to the left of the black, not the one near the black spot.
Well, it's got to the stage of the frame where James now has to be a little careful. John's got himself back in the frame, 34 points behind with 51 on. Colours in open play.
Well, he needed a thin contact because he didn't want to cannon into the black. But he overdone it, and that's the result. These are far from easy.
5.
Good cueing there. And he's got a bit of an angle on the black. If he can get that white up to somewhere near the middle pocket, he might still have a possible chance at this red, but it's going to be difficult wherever he finishes. That's gone a bit too far. And he wanted to drop in behind it there. But he's back in this opening frame. It's, what, 21 the difference, but where the balls are situated, well, it's not far off being even money who takes this opening frame.
Parrott 13.
He's a little bit careless there, John. He did all the hard work, got right back into the frame. He's left James a chance to cut this red into the corner. It won't be cannon in the black if he pots it. If he catches it thick, he might cannon the black. Well, that does surprise me. Great safety shot. I'm not saying it's not a good shot he's played, but he might not get a better chance than that to win the frame.
He was always in trouble there. He could only see a little edge of the red and was always knocking it towards the corner pocket. Now if it's dead straight, it means that James has got quite a bit to do with the cue ball. He'll have to screw back, and as you can see, it's almost dead straight. This is the type of shot that Jimmy White would be able to screw back past the green to leave a colour on. Let's see how James plays this. He's really digging down into it. He's not really comfortable when he's having to really force that and play a deep screw shot. He's been very fortunate there. Very lucky indeed.
Yes, that previous red that James attempted is just not in his repertoire. He just can't play that shot. Any screw shot at length, he really struggles with it. But as you rightly say, Dennis, he's had a complete result there. And this is not straightforward to hit. The yellow's in the way for the one cushion escape. The pink's in the way to come off the back cushion, so I think it's going to have to be at least a 2 cushion escape unless he plays a swerve.
Well, he's got plenty of options there, will he? You give him 3 choices, but it's a tough situation for him. I think it's the middle pocket that's in the way, isn't it? As well as the yellow to come off the one cushion. So he's coming off 2 cushions with loads aside. Well, good escape, and if it doesn't cut in the middle pocket, James Wattana is one of the best in the business at taking doubles on and getting them. Will he do it this time? Will he take it on?
Well, he's certainly had a bit of good fortune in the last 2 or 3 shots, as James. Once again, once you play a double and it catches a draw, it can finish anywhere. Just watch the red. If it catches the far jaw, you see it just comes straight back towards the white for John, but it's caught both jaws and gone safe. That's a massive target now in behind yellow, brown and blue. Just got to be careful with the red.
There's a gap through to the red, and we mentioned earlier how good John Parrott is when he's close to the cushion or even on the cushion. But, a little bit of pressure on this one. Not this time. Now, has John got away with it? Is it his turn to have a little bit of good fortune? I think it might be a snooker. Well, not quite a snooker, but he can't pot it in the middle pocket. Well, John will certainly have a go at this. He used to be very good at this type of shot in his heyday. And he's still pretty good at it.
One.
Well, what a slice of good fortune that could turn out to be. And just have a look at this little monkey, all the way across the table, back across, in the pocket. Oh, what a way to clinch a frame. He's still got a few to pot yet.
Seven.
Played that well.
10.
Very delicate to hold for the brown. So it's blue to pink. It's going to be the key ball.
$14. $19. $25. $32 on the first frame. John Parrott.
This is a bit risky. Just a little bit of swerve. Has to be so precise. Didn't fancy that one. It's not easy on these very fast and thin cloths, Willie, to play that type of shot where you just play it with a little bit of swerve and bend it round the nap of the cloth.
Yes, in the days when we were playing this, the cloth was slightly thicker and it would swerve straight away, but on these fine cloths it pushes a little bit away from the swerve before it takes. Mind you, that was a horrible kick. But once again, he's not done any damage. He's having certainly a bit of good fortune at the minute, John, but it was a bit unlucky on the kick there, but once you've missed the shot, you're entitled to leave something on. And he hasn't. Yes, it's very tough to play that swerve shot, especially when you play it slow.
Well, he must just be able to see enough of the red.
One.
So that kick could be costly for John Parrott. At first glance there, I, like you, Willie, thought that he left everything safe, but it wasn't the case. James has underhit that somewhat.
8.
Should have been out another 12 inches into the table to leave a comfortable red into the left corner. That was a bit careless, that. He's taking a double on here, believe it or not.
Nine.
It's a bit like yourself, Willie. He likes a double.
My days of trying to get doubles in any capacity, snooker table or betting shop, have gone.
I was meaning at the bar, Willie.
Yes, that
15.
double has really left him in a position where he can score heavily now. Just gone just an inch
23.
too far here. He's going to have to play this at pace now to get out nicely for the black. Well, it's okay. The red's off the cushion. Thought it was tight
24.
on the cushion at first glance. Played that one nicely. Choice here: play for a loose red or go into them. Whichever he feels is the better shot for positional. He's playing the loose one, so he's playing for the red next to the pink. Decided against the black.
29. $30. James Wattana, 30.
Well, he wasn't too far away from the brown. You can't afford to miss those.
One.
And John Parrott just overran that. He wanted a nice angle on the pink to pot it and then open all the reds up. Can't do that now. And it doesn't look as if anything goes. The only possible red is the one to the right of the bunch, and that is only available up into the left corner pocket past the brown. So this is far from easy. That's about as well as he could do there, because that red is only potable into the one corner pocket.
7.
And the fact that he's got an angle where he's going into the reds makes it even more difficult. Wanted to be almost straight on that red, so not taking it on.
John Parrott, 7.
Now that's very careless, because look at the yellow, blue and brown. And John has left James with the ideal chance to get in behind those three colours. So that was a bit careless, hitting the pink there. Oh, he hasn't played this well at all, I don't think. Quite a margin for error there, but can we see enough of this red? The one behind the black? Well, it's not straightforward. He's going to have to hit the cushion first. Now that can drift a touch.
Oh,
And he's hit the black.
James Wattana, 7. Yeah. Sorry, John. Thing much to look here. Look at that.
In fact, John's finger marks are still on the cloth there, but he's on the cushion this time, but same shot. Same result, almost. That's well played. It's very difficult that with the black where it was.
Well, it's quite a big target to rest on this pack of reds off the 2 cushions. Doesn't want to leave touching ball though, make it too easy for James to get back in the same position. I think he may have left touching ball again.
Touching ball.
It is touching ball, so James should get him right back in the same position. May decide to play off the 2 cushions in behind the green this time to give John a different angle from the snooker. The fact that the pink was there as well made it quite a big target. He hasn't played it well. Oh, that's an excellent safety shot. I think the red is... Well, is it cuttable? It looks like it's almost on the jaws, but it is cuttable. At first glance, I thought it had come past the jaw.
1.
Oh, it's a little unlucky because he played the cue ball really well. Goes to 37. 3 more reds and 3 colours. That's what James will be looking for to level this match.
Nine. $15. $16.
I mentioned the opening frame, what a great temperament James Wattana has, showing that here, because he was a strong favourite to take that opening frame. He had a 51 point
23.
advantage at one stage, but John Parrott managed
24.
to pinch the opening frame with the aid of a fluke on the final red, but James has put that well behind him, and it's John that's got to sit and just watch James clinch the frame here. Quick look at the
31.
scoreboard will tell him that John needs a snooker.
$32.
Yes, I think all in all this is about the fair reflection on the opening 2 frames. Both players have had chances to win them, but John pinched
39.
the first frame really, and perhaps in fairness had a couple of good chances in this one, but didn't
40.
score heavily enough, and James has gone on to make the highest break of the match so far to take this second frame.
But they both look to be in reasonable form. Both seem to be queuing
47.
nicely, so we could have quite an attractive tussle on our hands here.
48.
Yes, James is entitled to be slightly the sharper of the two. He's played in a couple of events in the Far East, of course in his hometown in Bangkok. He was involved in a tournament there. Whereas this would be really, I think, John's first competitive game for quite some time. Since
55.
possibly the World Championship. Well, the red won't worry
55
James
for Prix.
Wattana with the highest rate so far, a break of 55. He levels things up at 1-all.
One.
That's a bit unlucky. Very good cueing here. But the white just seemed to keep on running. Should have had a nice, easy green or brown. The yellow's a bit more difficult. Now, how's his luck here?
3.
Didn't want to flick on the green. Thought it was going to work to his advantage, but nothing straightforward. A couple of pots he can go at. That's pretty tricky along into the corner.
Well, that was a long, long way
You've
away.
got an out
Now,
three.
has he done any damage? He played it in such a way that he thought he'd got a half a chance of getting away with it. That's why he played for the blue. But I'm sure one of these reds must pot. Yes, there's the bottom one of those. Yeah, the black, you can clearly see that goes in the corner. Now, if he plays it plain ball on and off the cushion, I think he can get onto the blue. Doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball. Well, John decided because he was hampered it might be better playing with side, but there was a clear example of on these cloths, when you play with side it pushes thick. Very tough shot to play when you're digging down on a ball. It almost reacts as a swerve shot.
One. Six. Seven.
If James can get the red away from the black, and he could play for it this time when he knocks the pink in, that would really open the thing up for him here. Oh, he's gone a little bit too hard. He's made a bit of a mess of that. I'm sure that red
13.
passes the black into the right corner, and well, what a golden opportunity he's let slip away there.
He's got an out 13.
People come from all over the world watching these tournaments, and we have a gentleman that is in the audience at the moment that has come all the way from Vancouver. Himself and two friends. They only arrived yesterday, so he's obviously feeling a little bit jet-lagged, having a little stretch there, but he's come over to watch this tournament from Vancouver. Of course, is a place where Bill Werbeneck resided, our dear friend Bill, who passed away a year or so ago. One of the game's great characters.
One. Brown ball. John Parrott, 1.
That was never going to reach.
Foul and a miss. John Parrott, 4.
No, not a lot of value. It's not going to make a lot of difference having it replaced there, because I'm sure James will reach this time.
That close enough, okay. Yeah, John? Right on, thanks. Foul and a miss from Parrott 4. Go. Foul and a miss from Parrott 4. Okay. You got a full ball, you got to hit one this time.
Mid-session interval coming up, and James doesn't want to lose the frame, so he better hit this red. This is his third attempt. If he misses it, we're going to the interval with lots of reds on the table. I think he might just hit it this time. Oh, has he? End of frame.
Foul 4 on the frame.
Well, that's
From Parrott.
amazing. I can't believe James Wattana has done that. Maybe he wanted to get to the interval, but very rarely that happens. But we do go to the mid-session interval. 2 frames all.
You switch that off up there, please, or leave. Six. Seven. Ten.
That was a very good shot from John Parrott. He's going to give it his best shot now. 4-2 down, back against the wall. Might just bring the best out of him. Still
18.
feel that there's a tournament win in John Parrott. It's just a matter of getting his confidence back again, and he needs a couple of
19.
good results to do that. Still very capable.
$26.
Just that one loose red that he can play for. He didn't hit that as he intended. End of break.
34. John Parrott 34.
The number of times I've seen this tennis over the years with John, all of a sudden he'll have a spell in the match where he looks like he can't pot a ball, but as soon as he gets to a position where he can't afford any more mistakes, he's got that a bit of aggression in him that he can get himself back into matches. And he looks better now than he has in the old match.
I think it's the old pride thing, isn't it? He's so disappointed to be 4-2 down. Okay, hasn't had the best of records against James Wattana over the last 8 years, but yeah, I think the old pride kicks in and he wants to just show what he's capable of doing. And sometimes under pressure he produces his best. He was looking at the audience there. I'm not quite sure what that is all about. They're smiling at each other. Yeah, I think there was an elderly gentleman just decided it was time to pay a visit and just got up and wandered off while John was playing the shot.
So it's not a great shot.
Bit of a chance here for the red into the left corner. He can go round the back of the black and the red that's closest to it.
Well, that was as close as it could be without going in. And this is a tempter for John. I think the black will pot in the right-hand corner if he wants to risk playing that. It's a dangerous one, though. Yes, deciding on the safety, just the thin one. He's been catching those thick all night.
One. Seven.
Well, this could develop into quite a good chance here. Just coming around to just have a look to see if the black's available. So he's way ahead of himself, 3 or 4 shots.
Eight.
Can quite easily stay on the pink, and they're ideally placed to keep getting onto the pink. So I think John Parrott will be just a little bit anxious. He knows that this is a possible frame-winning
14.
chance.
Fifteen. 21.
I did mention the black a few shots ago, so it looks as if it is available. It just depends where it goes back. Is it on its spot? It would be better if it went up onto the blue spot. Now let's have a look. There seems to be enough room there. Yeah.
29. 30.
Well, for a moment I thought he'd only hit that, but it's turned out to be absolutely perfect, and he now has a
36.
chance to win frame and match at this visit. He leads by 2 points. The next 3 reds are at least as straightforward.
37.
Playing this black, he can flick the other red into play. Has to be careful, he doesn't cover everything up though. That should be a frame and match winner. Everything's in play now.
44. 45.
Yeah, the only stumbling block is the one that's near the cushion, and even that shouldn't cause a problem. Well, but what about a straight
Wattana
black off the
45.
spot? Well, what a lapse there. What a let-off. Now that is just lack of concentration. No pressure on a shot like that.
One. Eight. 9.
So I thought there was going to be just a slight problem for James, the red that's near the cushion, but it's the one that John's going to have to take on, and he might be a little bit straight on this.
16.
And if he doesn't fancy forcing it to get out onto the black, he might just pop this screw back and roll tight up behind the black. Just depends on the angle there, and there's not much to play with. But there's no shortage of cue power from John Parrott, but if he doesn't fancy getting on the black, just pop the red screw back and tuck him tight up behind the black.
From Parrott 16.
Well,
Red.
it just didn't seem to be any sort of angle to work with there.
One.
Well, I mean, missed the easiest black you could ever see. That was a tough red. Made to look very, very simple. Now, if the brown pots, it's surely match over, but I don't think it does. And the blue to get onto the yellow is not straightforward. He could snooker himself with the brown here. Played it at pace. Now has he snookered himself? That is absolutely the best shot of the evening. That's played to perfection. 1 point in front.
Eight.
Oh, he hasn't played a good one
11.
here. A little bit of adrenaline there. 6 points in front. And he's made a bit of a mess of it. He's now got to play a very delicate shot to sneak the brown into the left corner pocket. What a delightful shot that is. He's played 2 shots in this
15.
break. 2 of the best shots of the evening. And it was all down to that forced red that John Parrott tried. Sean
Ricky.
comes forward to shake the hand of James Wattana. This match could have went either way, but it was
Thank you, John.
James Wattana who held his composure, and he goes out a fairly comfortable winner at 5 frames to 2.
So a good